Hey, nerds. This is Donald Gibb, Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. You know what I mean? So for all things pop culture, listen to Matt and Mooney on Subfacts. They are nerds just like you. So listen, you nerds, you better listen to the podcast or I'll find out where you live and Ogre will move in with you. So get your ears over there and listen to the podcast. Matt and Mooney are waiting for you. Bye, nerds.
Hello and welcome to Subfacts. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my partner in crime, Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
What's going on, dude?
We got a new setup.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's now that now that we're on YouTube, we've been nitpicking every little aspect. And so what I realized is with the stairs behind us, you could see the people going up and down. So it's kind of like, no, we need to kind of move that out. So,
nice. You did a really good job. I'm impressed,
we're looking more professional these days.
Subfacts, like designer podcast.
Pretty soon we're gonna have like a makeup artist because they're gonna go, you look a little washed out. We're gonna have to oh
my god, if we get makeup artists,
wouldn't that be funny?
We've made it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So one of these days it'll happen.
Yeah,
but big. Besides this,
Brian, make us get a makeup artist for us. Thanks, bud.
Yeah. And I should let people know we were trying to get a special interview with Tom Cruise this week because of Top Gun, but he canceled on Brian at the last minute.
So. Last minute. We had it all set up. It was all ready to go. Yes. I think he had to take a kid to school or something.
Something like that. But he had valiant effort,
Yeah.
So we tried, folks. So we're not getting Top Cruise this week. Maybe next week. But no, this week is going to be awesome. Memorial Day weekend.
Awesome.
That's
3-day weekend.
3-day weekend. It should be 4.
Would be awesome.
Yeah. And so do you have any plans?
No. Maybe, I don't know. If someone has a party or something like that, I'll find out last second.
Well, you can help out. Actually, I did invite you. This is crazy, folks. We are trying to set up like a barbecue, the things people do, just very small burgers, dogs. If anybody wants to bring anything special, they can, but for the most part as basic as you can get. But my conundrum that I have is, last year I tried to set up a big barbecue and I've been getting yelled at ever since because I invited.
Why did you get yelled at?
So apparently I invite the world and I'm like, hey, whatever. And I find out oh, well, you invited 14 people and that's not that much, but either way, I still hear about it that I invited 14 people. So this year I was like, I'm going to be proactive, just invite a couple people. I invited you and, a couple other people.
BK.
Yeah.
CDO.
And then I hear that, well, you need to invite
you didn't invite enough.
Yeah, it was you need to invite more people. And I'm
I got yelled at either way. You're going to get yelled at if you invite too many. You're going to get out.
I realize I can't win. I'm like, what's the right amount of people to invite? It's like
you don't know. She doesn't even know.
I have no clue.
You have to just ask her every year, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I guess there is a weird thing because she was like, well, what if nobody shows up? I'm like, well, then the boy and you and I have burgers and we go about our day. It's no different, so
no different than usual.
Yeah. So I can't tell what the right amount of people is, because people are going to flake out and that's fine.
You can never, those things are impossible to figure out. Impossible.
Yeah, so I don't know if I should even.
Because sometimes you invite everybody and everybody shows up. Sometimes you invite, 10 people and no one shows up.
Yeah. So, and I could go either way. I'm flexible, but I'm just thinking that I'm going to get yelled at no matter what. So
yeah, you better. That's for sure.
Memorial Day.
Put that in your pocket because that's happening.
Memorial Day is going to be me getting yelled at.
Of course. Well, I mean anything. I mean that's what we do. Guys get yelled at.
That is true.
That's what we sign up for when we get married. We sign up to get yelled at.
Yep. Oh, and I just remembered. We got last week we did PSAs.
Yeah.
I got a PSA for this week. And you're totally gonna back me up on this one.
Am I?
Because I made a rookie mistake.
So okay. All right.
I'm gonna call myself out on this one.
Let's hear it.
So I don't want to go into too many details about the circumstance, but I was in a situation with a family member this week, and we had to go to we had to go to the hospital.
Gotcha.
We were there for a long time. There's never food available. So when we left,
or at least good food, it's only like,
it's like vending machine or whatever food.
Yeah.
And so we were tired, hungry. We're not going to go to a sit down place. We just wanted to get food. And then I was going to bring back food for, the rest of my family.
Sure. Makes sense.
And so I made it very clear. We picked the establishment we were going to go to. Fast food place A. And
why can't you name the fast food place?
It doesn't really matter. We can say Burger King. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I mean, are we?
No.
Unless we're going to trash Burger King, which we're not.
We're not going to trash Burger King at all. Okay, Burger King, folks. So we established, like, when you go to the drive-thru, you establish what you're going to order for everybody ahead of time.
Yeah, you should at least, because otherwise you're going to be really pissing off the people behind you. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, if you try to do it when they ask you, you freeze. So you have to be prepared.
So I'm working on my bathing suit, swimsuit figure, so I'm not going to go high on the hog at this place. So I was like, I'm just going to get a burger, no fries, no drink, nothing like that. And the person with me was like, oh, I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm like, are you sure? I can get you a meal, all this kind of stuff.
Sure.
And
sounds easy.
She was like, no. I just want a burger. And I'm like, okay. So I placed the order, but I got meals for the rest of my family, which came with fries.
So you got the combo special.
Exactly.
Drink, fries, and a sandwich.
Placed the order. I reiterated the order to the person that was with me. And once again, that person paid, so I really can't say too much about it. We get to the drive-thru, and the lady behind the counter, she hands me the bag, but she looks at me, wink, wink, and goes, hand me the fries back. And I'm like, that's weird. But she established that they were going to give
me... Why does all this weird stuff happen to you at drive-thru?
I don't know. I don't know why
it
happens to me at all.
Like, is it like you always get like some sort of code?
She must have looked at me and just said, Fatty's going to ask for...
But remember, like, you had that fast food exchange, like you met at the fast food place?
Yeah.
You always have strange things happen to you at fast food places.
So she probably looked at me and she was like, Fatty's not going to want cold fries. So
Fatty's not going to want
So she looked at me and she goes, give me the fries back. And then she goes, I don't like it when people give cold fries. So then she makes me wait a little bit, hands me fries, and I'm fine. I wasn't eating them anyway.
Right.
The person next to me who takes the bag goes, oh man, these fries, they're hot. And she starts eating them. Meanwhile, she told me she didn't order any fries.
Why would she get any fries? She can't eat the fries. She didn't order any.
She ate most of the other person's fries from Burger King to her house. I don't know.
I blame you.
So this is where the PSA comes into play.
I blame you. You should always order an extra fry because you can never trust people when it comes to saying, oh, I don't want any fries. It's like saying I don't want a slice of pizza or I'm not going to have any. Bullcrap.
Like, I lived up to my end of the bargain. I didn't eat fries, didn't have any, didn't even faze me. But yet, I don't understand this. Why people can't just say, I want fries? How hard is it?
Because you know why? They don't want to be like looked at like, oh, you're getting fries too, or they don't want to pay for them.
Yeah.
So it's one of the two.
But how much is a fry going to be? Like fast food fries?
$1.50, $2.
$1.50, $2.50 at
right.
best.
Who knows?
It doesn't really matter. It's not like, all of a sudden you can't get gas for the week because you had to get fries, So I guess the moral of the story, and you brought it up, you said you order extra fries no matter what, because there's always
order extra fries.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm going to consume fries.
Yes.
If I'm going to be a part of the fry consumption committee, I always get an extra fries because people are going to take some of the fries.
Yeah.
And you want a full allotment of your fries.
And I've done this with my wife so many times where I'm like, I will buy you the extra large fries, even if you only eat one. I don't care. It can sit, or I'll probably eat some extra, but it's like, no, I just want your fries. And I'm just like, no.
What? Why? Why is that?
I don't understand.
By the way, at McDonald's, I do the same thing. My wife always goes, I don't want a hash brown. I always get a hash brown. In fact, I get 2 hash browns.
Yes.
Because I know she's going to eat at least half a hash brown, and I want a full hash brown.
100%.
So I have to get 2 because she's going to at least eat half, and I don't want her to eat half of my hash brown.
I want the ladies in our audience, or guys if you do it too, but I doubt it. The ladies in our audience, if they're those people, why? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, they don't want it. They don't want to be the. You know why? Here's why.
Because here's the thing: they're not even paying for it. In most cases, they're not paying for it.
In my opinion, and okay, females, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Here's what I think goes through their mind: the fries they are eating or tasting don't count. They don't have any calories. They don't. They don't count.
So it's psychological. Like as long as they didn't show up on my plate, I can't gain weight.
Exactly. They're eating somebody else's. It doesn't even count. Like they would say if they had half of a large fry at lunch and that's all they ate, they would go home and tell their friend and her husband and her boyfriend, I didn't eat anything all day.
Valid point. And if all you did was pick off of somebody else's plate, then you had nothing.
You had nothing. Because it wasn't yours.
Genius. I never thought of it from that perspective.
I believe that's the case. They can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm right.
But like I said, the moral of the story is, folks, when you're out there, buy extra fries.
Especially if you're getting Arby's curly fries. Then you have to get at least a medium to a large extra. You have to.
So here's the thing. So do you only get an extra for the people who say that they don't want fries? So like if
I would get it like an extra. I would order a smaller medium fries extra just for the person who says they don't want them.
Because you know what happens to me too.
Because they're going to drive me it. Or go ahead. I know what you're going to say.
What I was going to say is when they come to me and say, do you want a large fry? You know I do. You'll never see me order a regular fry or a small fry. It's always going to be large. But my cohorts, they'll get a small. And what do they do? They eat out of the bag and they don't consider the fact that they're getting from.
No, they're not. They don't care.
Large.
All they're doing is picking out of the bag. They're not targeting their fries.
Yeah.
They're targeting just the generic.
Yeah. So I should just go large all around. Nobody here is getting a small.
Absolutely. You know why? Because even if you say, hey, no one touches a single fry until we get home, they're going to open the bag, and the person who has the bag is going to open the bag because they smell amazing and have a fry or two.
Yes.
Probably 10 or 11.
I think this show should be called Fry Maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, or like fry directions.
It's just amazing because here's the thing: it's almost impossible to resist the smell, to resist that fry smell.
Yeah,
you know, it's like it engulfs your nostrils and it like penetrates, and you're like, oh my god, I have to have a fry immediately. And bazoom, you have a fry. Yeah, and then you have another one. Then you have they're like Lay's potato chips.
You know, we could do a whole show on that because we even had a boss that drove me nuts because he would just walk around and steal a fry without even asking. That's Bush League right there.
That is Bush League.
You need to at least say like, "Oh, can I have a fry?" He would just go up and take it right off your plate.
Well, yeah,
you can die in some states.
Here's the thing: I'm torn. You know why? Because you're gonna say no if you ask you.
Yeah, that's true. So he's better. You know the whole.
You're better off stealing it.
Yeah, good point. Because you don't steal from a fat guy too. That's the other thing. You know the fat guy counts.
But they always
fries.
do. They always think that they're saving us calories.
No. You're not. One fry is not saving you that many calories.
But they think they're doing like goodwill.
Yeah. Perfect segue, by the way. You got this one. The perfect segue. Speaking of doing goodwill. So, interesting story came out today, I think it was, about Walmart. So Walmart, you know, they have their own like ice cream brand and stuff like that.
Well, no, it's a generic ice cream brand, I'm sure.
It's generic, but it's Walmart.
And I'm sure it's oh my God. Speaking of, remind me, Brian, write down voting ice cream. Just write it down quick.
Folks, we're doing show prep on the show. Awesome. So Walmart has their own generic brand. Not good by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm sure it's not.
But you can't fault them for doing different things. So Walmart recently has put out like a Pride type of ice cream, you know, the rainbow, all that stuff. Just say, hey, we're celebrating.
And
Pride.
What is it, like 4 different flavors in one or something?
I don't even remember, but no one cares. It's good.
So you're telling me a story, but you don't know the story.
I'm getting to the story.
Okay, got it.
So they're putting out like different things to be prideful of, all this kind of stuff. So Juneteenth is coming up, which basically celebrates the emancipation of slaves. So they put out a Juneteenth ice cream pint, and it's like red velvet cake and some other.
How do they arrive at red velvet?
How
is that affiliated with the emancipation?
Don't ask me how they get to it. But anyway, it's a very like celebratory, like like thing. And all of a sudden they got major social media backlash.
For what?
Because they're like, oh, it's Walmart's being tone deaf and all this kind of stuff.
Tone deaf for celebrating Juneteenth?
Yeah. So Juneteenth became
Wouldn't that be like the
yeah,
opposite of tone deaf?
You would think. Juneteenth became a national holiday a year ago. This is the second, right?
I think it's 2 years ago.
Okay. So I guess my point, and this is the overall
companies
thing,
just started to give it off last year.
Maybe. But my only thing with this is, folks, it's ice cream. Walmart is, you can tell they're good intent.
Big deal.
Like there's good intention. It's just ice cream. Now Walmart's scrambling to get it off the shelves, all this kind of stuff.
Why?
Meanwhile,
Why do people care?
Meanwhile, my wife eats Chubby Hubby. How is Chubby Hubby allowed?
Because it only offends husbands, and husbands aren't supposed to be offended.
But it's fat people.
We all know.
Where's the social media up? Where's the social justice for fat people? That's all I'm asking.
There's never. It is the one group of people that is literally okay to shame at all costs.
Yeah, like
fat people never.
Ben and Jerry's has been shaming fat people for as long as Chubby Hubby's been around.
And by the way, when did they ever mention, like, they mentioned bullying in school, but they don't mention fat kids getting made fun of. Never. Like, they never call attention to fat kids.
But my thing is, with Chubby Hubby, I get it. I don't care. If the ice cream is good, the ice cream's good. I'm going to eat it. Why can't people just go, it's ice cream? It's not a reason to do a boycott.
Oh, who cares what did they call it?
Yeah, if it's good,
ice cream.
Yeah. You're
gonna put some syrup on it. You're gonna put some sprinkles on it. You're gonna go yum 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 yum, and that's it.
Yeah, nobody really looks at the carton anyway. If it's good, it's good.
And by the way, if they eat as much ice cream as you, because I usually can't eat. I usually like half of a gallon, not a half, whatever, half of a container. But some people can eat a whole big thing.
Yeah, like by the way, I hate the Grateful Dead. My favorite ice cream of all time is Cherry Garcia.
And all you do is you take
Doesn't offend me.
By the way, do you even look down at the ice cream? Or do you just hold it and go?
Oh, I just pour it into my mouth.
As you're watching TV, no one looks. Who cares?
I just don't, like, it drives me nuts.
Throw away the top anyway. No one knows what it looks like.
It drives me nuts that, like, hey, it's good if you want to be a social warrior, that's fine. But ice cream, really? There's bigger things.
Yeah, choose better argument.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing.
We know a lot of other things that you can choose argument.
And if you're going down that route, pick up Chubby Hubby. Pick up the slack for the fat people.
Awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so, God, we have never been more victorious than we are right now.
Really?
I went to vote for the Republican, is it the primary or for the Congress?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
It was this Saturday.
Okay.
So whatever, for a Republican congressman, right?
Sure.
And there was 11 people running.
Okay.
And what you had to do was you had to rank the order of the people, right? You say your number one is the person you would like the most to see win.
Okay.
2 would be whatever, second, 3 would be whatever. And they gave you an example of how to fill it out, right? So they said, hey, don't fill out 2 2s or 2 1s. So they used ice cream flavors as examples.
So
they said vanilla, chocolate, strawberry.
Yeah.
They said rank the flavors, right?
Sure.
They said the correct way to rank them was this way: 1, 2, 3. They put chocolate 1.
As it should be.
Yes,
100%.
As it should be. Vanilla was 2, strawberry was 3.
Yeah, folks, this is something that Mooney and I have railed against forever. My point is,
and then they had like someone who put the next example was a wrong example. Chocolate was 1 again. Vanilla was 2nd, and
so it's
strawberry.
Not a victory then.
No. Strawberry was 2nd. They're showing you how you can't put 2 number 2s. My point is in every example they rank chocolate number 1.
As they should. Yes. Okay, folks, that's another PSA. We're going to be talking. We've mentioned it, I think, before, but
many times
when you look at like the top ice cream flavors, vanilla comes up, and I think it's because it's more universal from the fact that people put it on top of pie, all that stuff. But reality is the best ice cream flavor is chocolate because
and it proved it. Why would they put chocolate as number 1 if they're doing examples? They could easily do vanilla or strawberry.
Absolutely.
but they knew.
Yeah. Chocolate is like, and the thing is, people go, well, you can say, well, no, I like all these other flavors, but reality is chocolate is the basis for a lot of these other flavors. Nobody goes, oh, there's extra vanilla in this one, but there's triple chocolate.
Never heard of that.
Chocolate is the best of the flavors, hands down.
All I'm saying is that we got vindicated, and I felt very, very happy.
Yeah. And for the folks like mint chocolate chip, keep in mind chocolate still in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So cookies and cream still has chocolate.
The reason I went and waited an hour on mine was my wife wanted me to vote for Hung Kao, which is this Vietnamese dude.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, he's this Vietnamese dude.
His name is Hung Kao.
Yeah, HUNGCAO.
It's like he's like hung like a cow.
Oh wow, Hung Kao, CAO. He's a retired U.S. Navy. What do you call it?
Okay. Well, we don't really talk
Navy
politics on the show, but
my point
I'm rooting for Hung Kao.
No. He already won. My point is I had to wait an hour in line in a very hot elementary school or high school, going through this line and getting up and going through the voting process just to vote for Congress because my wife wanted me to.
Hung Kao.
And she made me prove it to her. So I couldn't do anything like I voted.
You couldn't just get a sticker? I have
they didn't give you stickers, no.
Oh.
This wasn't one of those stickers.
Well, how are you able to prove that you voted for Hung Kao?
I'm smart. I took a picture of a thing and me voting and whatever.
Oh, I would have just stood outside of a elementary school and been like, Hung Kao.
Yeah, but then I could have not stayed in line and then I would have felt guilty.
That's now my new favorite name.
Hung Kao?
Hung Kao. Like, I wish I was a Hung. Like, if I was like Hung, that'd be awesome.
So if you were Vietnamese, you would want, if you changed your name to a Vietnamese
like
name.
Hung Matt would be awesome.
Hung is his first name.
I get it, but what I'm just saying,
Hung Schneebly would be your name.
Hung Matt would be the best. And so, I'd be like, yeah, they call me Hung. Or like, if you're going to the ladies, like, hey, my name's Matt, but you can call me Hung. That's my middle name.
What if the last name was Dong?
I'm telling you, even better. I'm for it. And so,
I'm for it.
Yes. So anyway, Brian's probably dying because at this point we've not even touched the
he's
the
like,
docket
can
yet.
we please get to the schedule?
Yes. Another thing.
Who's this Hung you speak?
Yeah, Hung Kao. Hopefully Hung Kao doesn't come up with monkeypox.
What the hell is up with that? I saw that picture the other day.
Yeah, so that's the new thing.
I don't want any part of that. It looks whack.
But here's the thing: you don't have to worry about it, sir.
Why? Because I'm fat?
No, it's sexually transmitted at this point.
Oh, cool.
Well, not cool, depending on how it goes.
You would see it on somebody,
no,
right?
Yeah, basically, if you had like a sore in your mouth or something, and you could transmit it that way, but for the most part, they think that it came out of a rave, like sex at a rave. So somebody had a great time. They just came out of it with monkeypox.
What do I mean? Like everyone was just like, "What up?" with each other.
Well, yeah, they had a good time, And so,
hey, I don't care where this goes. Ding, ding.
Then you wake up the next day with some monkeypox on you. So the good thing is there actually is a vaccine for monkeypox.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, and it's not deadly. It's just you get like the fever, all that kind of stuff, and you get these bumps. They show up like typically like 3 to 4 days afterwards.
Yeah, they look awful.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight.
Way worse than like hives or like.
Yeah, but it's cool. The country actually already has monkeypox vaccines, and they're right now only giving them out to people who are like nurses and doctors who work with monkeypox, and also people in their family who have it. But you don't have to worry about it because, like I said, for the most part, at this point, it's sexually transmitted.
Oh,
and so, yeah. So
that's the case. Why do like some of these pictures look like kids have monkeypox?
They get freaky. You know how that goes. No, I'm just kidding. It really, but it also it depends on like if you've got, like I said, if you have a sore in your mouth, and if you have blood touching blood.
So the sores that you see in these pictures, if they can put fluids and things like that on surfaces, and if somebody else comes by and touches those surfaces, they can get.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's trans. Okay, it's more than just.
Sexually.
It does not. It doesn't look like fun.
So it's more than sexual
They
transmission.
Just
You
think,
basically
in this particular case, it spread because of the aftermath of this rave.
Oh,
People went.
Matt flat out lied. Told a story and lied.
No, it was. You didn't even listen to the.
That was one of the options, but it does, I mean, there's other ways of getting it.
I did say you could get it from,
But he just said you can get it if you scratch yourself and then
this particular outbreak
But
was
you
traced back to this
scratch a monkeypox person. When are you going to find a?
No, if the monkeypox person scratches themselves and gets the goo all over their fingernails or whatever and hands.
When
and
are
then
you hanging out
you,
with a monkeypox person?
I have no idea if I'm hanging out with. What if
you would see the pox?
What if their arms are covered up and it's all in the arms? Who knows?
If they're covered up, you're not going to get it.
If they're scratched, I don't know how. What I'm saying is,
trust me, you're not getting it. You're not getting monkeypox.
I'm not. I don't want monkeypox.
You're not going to a rave anytime soon.
No chance I go to a rave.
Probably not having sex. I'm just kidding.
With a random person.
With a random monkeypox. Like, how desperate are you when you're like, well, if it's dark at a rave, I can kind of see where
you're not going to see. You're like, what up?
But yeah, you would see monkeypox.
It's going bomb chicken bound bow. You're going down.
Absolutely. You would think you would see monkeypox coming along.
And again, like, what if Gemma Chan had like obvious monkeypox? I might have been like,
really? You would take a monkeypox?
Are they bad? Like, no,
you're not going to die from it or anything like that.
That's what I'm saying. Are they? I mean, if there's a cure and they're just itchy, I mean,
I'm not going to lie.
Might be worth it.
If Alanis had monkeypox,
yeah, exactly.
Probably still would.
Let's not go there, dude.
Although I don't want her to say something like, "Oh, could you lick my monkeypox?"
Now you're getting awful.
Like,
God, can we?
No chance. No chance.
Got to steer the ship back.
Okay, but anyway, yeah. So monkeypox, folks, it's out there. Happy Memorial Day. So last week I laughed because Ben from K Street Photography DC.com pimped our show out, and he said it was schmecktacular is how he described it, because I was talking about all the schmeckles that's like in TV and stuff like that. And of course, in preparation for this show, I'm looking at the news. First thing that pops up.
You probably Googled Schmeckle.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did. I said, Schmeckle's in the news. Let me find that out. No. First thing that came up was, so if you want to see Jimi Hendrix's Schmeckle, you're going to go to Iceland, basically. And if you go to the Icelandic Phallological Museum, you will be able to see his Schmeckle via Cynthia Plastercaster, who actually just passed away last month at 74. She was famous for taking rock stars and she would like make a cast of their member. And so the Jimi Hendrix member is actually on its way to Iceland right now.
Why would she do that?
That was her. She was a groupie. So that was kind of her thing.
Oh my God, it's so weird.
Kiss made a song about her.
Really?
Plastercaster. Yeah, it's on Love Gun, I believe. And so,
Plastercaster.
yeah. Trust me, the song, that. I'm sure you know the song.
I'm sure I know the song.
I'm sure you know the song, and I think you'd love it.
So I'm sure she made a cast.
Oh, Gene Simmons. Don't think she didn't. Yeah.
And Paul Stanley
probably together. But yeah, they but no, she was famous for like she hit everybody, like everybody of that era and this like the 70s and even 80s and whatnot. She was like that was her thing.
What about Elvis?
I think it was past her prime. He died in 76, I think, or 70. Yeah, I think it was 76.
Okay.
She was more Led Zeppelin, The Who.
So Robert Plant, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure, and like Black Sabbath. I'm sure she's got Ozzy in there. Yeah. So, and it was almost a staple of like you weren't cool unless you had,
unless you had your Schmeckle cast.
No, unless you had Cynthia Plastercaster. She wrote there's a table book of her stuff.
How did we get? Can we promise next week no Schmeckle?
It'll be a no Schmeckle week next week.
Jeez.
And so, anyway, I just thought it was funny because it came in. Brian's got the whole list of all the people.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, and so I don't know some of those people, but it's like one guy's a wash tub. One guy's a wash tub bass player. Like, is that guy needed Schmeckle casted? She went.
Who are these people?
Man, and she hooked up with all of them. You know that too.
How do you know she hooked up with all of them?
Don't think she didn't. That's the whole the whole groupie thing. I'm sure she did. Like, think about it. You're not going to let somebody just do the cast without hooking it up if you're a rock star.
You never know.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure she did women too. Way to go, her. Okay. Well, anyway.
Hey,
yeah.
I had no idea. That's a good story.
Yeah. There you go.
You know, I don't like talking about.
You don't, but I think it's interesting.
Schmeckle, but...
And I will say this: if like her daughter starts being a groupie to podcast, I don't think I'm going to represent. I don't think the Matt Schmeckle will be at the Icelandic.
Mine would be
Phallological
100%.
Museum. So you would take one for the team.
Yes, dude.
So there's like
if there's like a podcast Hall of Fame, I would be in like row 3.
Fair enough.
Or row 5, my favorite number. I'd be like, "What up, row 5?"
Good for you. You're taking one for the show.
Go to row 5 and then glass case number 17, and then you'll see
They'd be like, "This is the Mooney of subfacts." Yeah, it was like a nice little Asian groupie or whatever, and she was the new plaster caster. There you go.
Yeah,
I'll point her in your direction.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be in the podcast Hall of Fame. There it is.
Boom. Okay. Well, Mooney signed up for that. Okay, so next it comes down to, I don't have any good music, but movies of the week.
Movies.
I will say this. If you go to the theater and see any other movie than Top Gun, you're wrong.
You're a dummy. You're not wrong. You're a dummy.
100% wrong. Like, there's no other movie.
There's no reason to see anything else.
Yes. 100%.
In fact, every theater is probably going to show 2 movies. Doctor Strange and Top Gun.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise is looking at $100 million domestically. Like, that's what the big...
Oh, it'll be more.
First weekend?
Yeah, it'll be way more.
You think?
Yeah, I mean...
it's going to be tough. People...
Spider-Man hit like 180.
First weekend?
Yeah, so I believe.
With people, I guess...
They used to do like 200 or 300.
Yeah, good point. But people hitting the theaters, it'll be interesting. I will say this. James Corden and Tom Cruise, I highly recommend go YouTube it. They're like friends. So when Tom Cruise did Mission Impossible, he made James Corden like jump out of an airplane and they skydove and stuff. Like, Tom loves to show off that he does his own stunts.
Yeah,
this stuff.
It's pretty cool.
So this go around, he picked James Corden up in his own like private jet, flew him to where they filmed Top Gun, and then over the course of like 2 days, basically took him on different jets that he was personally flying and doing like barrel rolls, all kinds of stuff. It's hilarious.
Oh,
I highly recommend it. It's so funny.
I would have loved to be in one of those things with him.
No chance would I do that.
What? Why?
Tom Cruise isn't like he's not Maverick. He's not real Maverick.
I understand, but he knows how to fly the plane, obviously.
He does, and I was shocked he actually does. He was doing like tricks and stuff, like he was taking dives and going like all the way up.
After he learns a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, but he's not real Maverick. He shouldn't be like, I don't know.
How hard is it to do a barrel roll in a plane?
Okay, so I'm not going to let George Clooney perform surgery on me because he was on ER.
I'm sure SCB, Space Coast Cabil, can tell us how hard it is to do like a roll in a plane. It can't be that hard. Once you learn how to fly and once you learn the technique, it's probably just a matter of the controls going boop. It's like doing a wheelie on a what do you call it?
I don't know. I'm just saying, just because he played a doctor on TV, I'm not going to let him do surgery.
That's a little different because you're not harming anybody, but
you could potentially die if you're
not going to die from doing a barrel roll in a plane.
By the way, one of the things that was funny in it, he was like, he was trying to point out like where James Corden's parachute was.
Right.
And he goes, so if an engine goes out, he goes, I'm going to go straight up and then I'm going to eject you and dump you out. So then you have to like do the thing. And James Corden's like, well, how many engines are there? And he's like, oh, there's one. So just know that I'm going to go up and I'm going to just dump you out. And he's just like, I don't feel good about this whole thing. I'm like, do you really want Tom Cruise telling you, I'm taking you up and
I trust him. No problem.
So Tom Cruise comes to you and he's like, I'm flying my jet. You're goose.
As long as my weight would be okay and I fit in the seat, I would do it.
But James Corden's not a small dude necessarily.
But he's thinner than I am.
Yeah, you probably have to drop a few lbs to do it. But...
Right. If I was allowed in the plane and I was allowed in the seat, and there was a parachute that would fit me, I would absolutely do it. I mean, boom! If something happened, parachute. Chicken.
Well, he said to Tom Cruise, he goes, if you kill me, I'm going to haunt you for the rest of my life. And Tom Cruise was like, just know I'll be dead too. So it's not going to happen. But no, it's hilarious. It's about 15 minutes long in general, but it's worth the watch. You should definitely check it out. All right. The other thing is Tom Cruise dropped the trailer same week as Top Gun, drops the trailer for the new Mission Impossible that's coming out July of 2023. So he's already getting you. He's getting your money from Top Gun, and
now he's getting you
completely psyched for Mission Impossible.
For Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
but it says part 1.
Yeah, there's like a two-parter.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
I'm not a fan of the two-parter.
I hate the two-part.
Yeah, and it's never the payoff. The payoff is never good
because on the first one you're not going to get a good ending.
Not to mention
you're getting a cliffhanger. You're paying to see a cliffhanger.
Like the mission is possible because every movie he proves it possible, right?
Yeah.
So is there a chance in part 2 that Ethan Hunt dies? Or doesn't complete the mission? There's like no chance. So we know the ending. So why would you make 2? It doesn't make sense. Just make another Mission Impossible. It'd be awesome.
Two different. I'd rather 2 different stories. I'd rather MI6 and MI7.
Yeah, boom. And then the other thing
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. But hey, you know what? He's got my money. Just know he's got my money.
He always. I see everything he's in.
Yep. Makes
him,
sense.
Denzel, Daniel Day-Lewis. They're pretty automatic. Vince Vaughn, pretty automatic.
Yeah. Tom Cruise doesn't make a bad movie in my opinion. The other thing I wanted to bring out came out today that Deadpool 3. So basically,
no trailer yet though.
No trailer. Ryan Reynolds kind of let it, a tweet out basically that said that they got the branding figured out. So the big surprise is that, how in the previous Deadpools, they weren't really allowed to use the X-Men stuff. They weren't really allowed to use the full Marvel grouping because it was owned by different companies. So apparently they kind of figured that piece out. So when you get to Deadpool 3, he's going to have access to the Marvel characters.
Yes, which is cool.
Yeah, so that's the big woohoo. Now, my biggest concern is because it's Disney, but is it going to be sanitized a little bit?
I like the fact that they were limited in the characters they used.
Yeah.
And they kept it to those
it kind of made
super fun characters in the last one.
Yeah, it kind of made
it
funny.
Lucky, whatever, or Domino, she's awesome.
Yeah. But
Cable.
So now the question is it going to be sanitized because they might use bigger Marvel people because
that would be
and
awful.
Disney owns it.
I don't want to get too, like you said.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that part, but there are a lot of people that are like, yeah, this is great, but I don't know, it might not be great. It was great for the first 2 movies when they didn't have it.
Yeah, they should just keep the same formula. They shouldn't go. They shouldn't.
Exactly. You don't need it. You didn't need it before. So, so it'll be interesting though. I do love Deadpool. That's my favorite of the cartoon people or whatever comic book people.
I love Deadpool. All the 2 Deadpool movies so far have been awesome.
And by the way, I'm shocked that Nerd Extraordinaire has not chimed in yet.
Oh, yeah, nerds.
Right on point so far about it all.
Really? I was waiting for you. I thought you would be cringing. I was just like, I'm sitting there blabbing, blah, 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 blah. And I figured you'd be cringing going, you're so wrong.
Nope, you didn't say anything wrong. Not yet, anyway.
Okay, cool. Boom. You know who never says anything wrong?
Who?
Mailbag.
Uh-oh.
Okay, folks, it's time for mailbag. Mailbag.
And actually, when she does say something wrong, she comes back with the apology.
Yep.
Stand up woman right there.
Yeah, that's what Moonies do. We accuse, then apologize.
Stand up Moonies.
All right, we have mail this week from Bill from the Space Coast.
What?
Whoa.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I thought he dropped off. Wait.
So
way to go, Space Coast Bill. I missed you, buddy.
Coast's subject is I dare you to call me dumb. And
well, not last hiatus. I'm not going to ever say that.
So this is his email. He says, "This is in regard to your discussion on team loyalties. My father was a Yankee and Ranger fan. I was a Yankee and Islander fan. It wasn't until the sports teams started signing exclusive TV deals that I switched teams. My father only paid to watch the Yankees and Rangers, so I slowly migrated to the Rangers because I couldn't ever watch my own team on TV. Team loyalty isn't a birthright, it's a choice. It's also a reflection of the person. If you're someone who jumps on the bandwagon, people will see that and treat you appropriately. Mooney will always have my respect as a Jets fan. There's no bandwagon there."
I think you read every last word, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So I think I don't know if we said it last week, but I know Mooney and I have said it in an argument. There is something to be said if your parents don't have a loyalty necessarily, then you go with the team that you can see on TV, because you go with the home team because you're going to see them on TV and you don't have to pay for a special package or whatever. That's the next team you should go with. So in a weird sort of way, he's kind of going along with what we said, outside of the fact that his dad had a loyalty already, and he eventually switched to his dad's loyalty, which, kind of goes hand in, but he didn't do it because of the fact that his dad was already built in.
Well, I'm not.
So I can't fault him there because he followed the steps in a weird sort of way.
Yeah, he eventually got back to right.
Yes.
So, yeah, you can't fault a person for getting back to right.
Mm-hmm.
It took him a while to get there because he rooted for the Islanders, but that's okay, right? I mean, because he got back to right. But when he was rooting for the Islanders,
he would have been in the wrong. Yeah, at that point.
I might have had to say, like, what are you doing rooting for the Islanders? You're brought up a Rangers fan.
Yeah, if he was an Islanders fan, like to this day, yes, he'd be in the wrong. But he corrected himself, so you can't fault him.
Yeah,
I think he did everything right. He followed the steps.
What's really odd though, like in some families, like the kids become sports fans and the parents are just meh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sports, schmorts. Like they don't really think. Like my dad doesn't watch, he watches the Super Bowl when he watches the play. He doesn't religiously watch any sport. Mm-hmm. He couldn't tell you who's in first place in any of the sports leagues.
So then you get free reign, except you should go with the sports that you can see for free. You should be the local guy.
Everyone knows my allegiances. It's not, it's not a question. My point is I'm a sports nut, like crazy. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I follow
you have a dugout.
Golf and tennis and whatever. Mm-hmm. My dad doesn't follow anything. Mm-hmm. But like that's what some families are. Like parent, crazy sports fans, son, not sports fans, or parent, not sport fan, kids, crazy sports fan. Mm-hmm. How does that work? Like, I mean, how do you know? Like my nephew doesn't follow sports at all. And I know my brother religiously watches every Jets game, and he watches I think he watches like the Islanders sometimes, or the Knicks sometimes.
The younger generation is complete wild cards. You can't even count them because they want to just buck the system no matter what.
Why want you buck the system?
They don't pay attention to anything we do.
I don't get that. Like I had some kids who wanted to buck their I never, like, if my dad showed me a team and said, "Hey, this is the team," I would have embraced it like no other.
I'm doing that with my son right now, and I just got him to the right point where he's at least accepting the teams. And he's accepting the teams, but he's not fanatic about any of them. I'm getting him the gear, I'm getting him all the stuff because it's like, okay, you get the gear, you kind of feel part of the team.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the gear, but he's not quite hit that, like, I want to watch the games with you.
Wow.
Yeah. Kids are wild card.
I don't get it.
I think which is weird because when I was his age, that's when I was coming of age as far as going, my brother watched the Redskins. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to keep watching the Redskins. That's my team. That's our team. That's who we do. And you get into it. But kids today, they don't have the interest.
That's so weird. I was growing up, I watched World Series by myself. I watched hockey's, playoffs by myself. Like I was like, no one's watching them.
I was just been you.
Always a sports. Well, my friends were sports fans, so sometimes I would go over their house.
That's the thing is, you
but the problem
what your
is
friends are doing.
Sports came on late at night, right?
Yeah,
and when you're in high school, or even middle school, you're going to bed at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Well, but I thought it was like for me, staying up to watch Monday Night Football was a thing. Like it was cool because you're like, I'm watching that whole game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I get to stay up. But the kids today, their thing is esports. So I guarantee you, your nephew is like my son, where, they put all their friends all put interest in the video games, the esports as they call it. And I think that's where our generation is losing that battle. But,
yeah,
Brian,
I'll probably lose that battle for the rest of my life.
Brian, I think you were going to chime in.
No, I was just going to say, I was waiting for a point. There's a little bit more to Bill's email. So when you're ready.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
Well, no, that was a natural breaking point for you to discuss that point. And then there's
fair enough.
Another topic. So his next topic is, he says, my own PSA for Matt. He says, if there's a next time, tell the bug guy that he can have a bottle of water for $5 a month with a 1-year contract and an early cancellation fee. Sell him like he sells you.
Exactly. I'm totally doing that because it's not gonna. It's that was terrible. And that guy should know he's in the wrong. But I'm not gonna rat him out. I'm not gonna call the company and go, "This is what the guy did." But
Hey, did my boys reach out?
I have no idea. I don't deal with any of that stuff.
Oh.
I didn't hear about it if they did.
Oh, okay. So, I told him to.
Yeah. So we'll see. And if your boys come to me with a bottle of water, I'm going to take Bill's advice and I'm going to be like, hey, $5. I'm going to put you on a plan. So,
awesome.
It's good stuff.
That's Bill's email. Thank you so much, Bill, for the email.
Thank you, Bill.
Space Coast Bill.
I missed you, buddy. Hey, guess what, Mooney?
What?
This is Cindy Starfall, and it's time for Mooney's Dugout. Love you, Mooney.
Awesome. That'll get you jazzed up.
I love it. Every time.
Thank you, Cindy, for the lead-in. And thank you, Andy, for the music. All right, so this week, relatively short Mooney's Dugout, relatively short. First, I would like to congratulate the Florida Panthers for losing in the second round in 4 straight games.
And crushing my soul.
To the Tampa Bay Lightning and winning the President's Trophy and completely dog-essing your season because you couldn't score.
And what kills me,
I don't think they scored. They scored like 1 goal. I think the entire season.
I know they were awful. I was rooting for Florida to win the whole thing. On paper, Florida should be winning the whole thing.
Easy. They have goal scorers. They have a decent goalie.
We gave up Claude Giroux to go there so he could win a Stanley Cup. It was a slam dunk.
Slam dunk.
And so I'm all like, Florida's got to win. And then I'm hearing stories that they were out partying all night, but that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Why?
Because
they play in Florida all year long.
They play in Fort Lauderdale. That's not a party. They're going to go to Tampa and party it up.
Like, there's really no difference between playing Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning. There's really no difference.
I get it. If you're in like Columbus,
right?
Blue Jackets, if they go to Vegas, 100%.
100%.
You want to party till 3 a.m? I get it. I'm not going to argue.
Like, seriously, the Minnesota, if the former Minnesota North Stars, like if they went to Vegas, I get it.
Yeah.
Minnesota
Wild.
Or Minnesota Wild. Okay. If they go to New York,
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. If they go to New York City and play the Rangers, I get it. They're open till 4 a.m.
Oh, absolutely. Makes perfect sense.
Like if you're in a limo and you're with topless women and you're like going,
worth it. In my opinion,
100%, I get it.
Yeah, but Fort Lauderdale to Tampa, really?
They already know what partying's like.
If anything, you're slowing down.
You've been there, you've done it. You know what it's like. There's no surprises.
Makes no sense at all.
But here's the thing: they were down 3-0. They knew they weren't going to win, so you might as well just go out and say, "Hey, well, we got S-based and
but they had a legit chance. Like they could have, like if
they weren't coming back 3-1, 3-0.
I'm saying if you're partying on game 1.
Oh, got it.
In game 2,
game 1 was at Florida.
Yeah, but
game 2 was at Florida. Game 3 and 4 were in Tampa.
3 and 4 is where you could be stepping it up. Keep in mind, I don't know if they were partying in Fort Lauderdale too. Why?
By the way, the coach was awful. Like
you're talking
he would
spring
challenge
break.
like every single goal. I'm like, dude, stop challenging goals.
Yeah, weak sauce. Anyway, Florida found a way to disappoint me. I've never rooted really for Florida until this time, and
no, I lost $100 in future bets on them.
Oh, great!
So I was really happy about that.
I'm not rooting for them ever again.
Me either.
And quite frankly, Tampa's going to take the whole thing again. They're going to three-peat essentially.
Oh, that was my next thing. I believe Tampa will now probably win it all, unless Colorado. Colorado's got a shot because Colorado's solid.
Yeah, but they're only doing that because the Kazi, whatever his name is, I can't think of his name, but he got like the racial. No,
Colorado's good. Colorado's going to probably win.
They're not going to beat Tampa.
Oh, I don't know. I think they can.
Nazem Kadri, that's his name.
Kadri, yeah.
So Kadri, he's, by the way,
he's a dirty player.
He's a known dirty player. It doesn't mean that people should use any kind of racial slurs or anything like that. You shouldn't do that. And but I'm saying they're riding high because he had that impact.
Well, he went like full force into a goalie, and the goalie's injured for the rest of the playoffs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not beating Tampa. They're not going to beat Tampa.
Well, if he does it again, you never know.
But anyway, Tampa's going to win.
All right. So, okay, on that quick, I didn't have it on here, but I also think the Boston-Miami series, that continues tonight. I think Boston is going to win it all.
I hope so.
But that series is very close, and the winner of this Boston-Miami series, I do believe, will beat Golden State, who's going to beat Dallas. No problem.
I agree, and I hope so. See, this is part of what we were talking about is I'm a Celtics fan. I'm trying to get my son to be a Celtics fan. I bought him a jersey. He's got a Tatum jersey. Don't think he doesn't, except for Tatum is the worst number known to man. Who picks 0 as your number?
Yeah, it's kind of 0 is a dumb number.
Dumb number, but awesome, and it's worth the jersey.
He's an amazing player, though.
Yes, and so if they win, if let's say they go the whole way and win, my son is a guaranteed Celtics fan. Yeah. How do you not?
Yeah, but that kind of sucks that he's only going to glom on because they won the.
When you're when you're young, whatever it takes.
All right.
In my case, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. I get it.
We're already going to see Boston Wizards game next season.
All right. So NFL is reviewing the future of the Pro Bowl game.
Boom. It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Here's the thing. Just come to us. NFL, Roger Goodell, just come to Subfacts and we'll just tell you. Get rid of it. It's dumb.
Don't spend your money. It's not worth it. No one cares about it.
No one cares.
No. And I feel the same way about the hockey all-stars. All of the all-stars, no one cares about.
Here's the thing. If you want to do a skills competition, do it. That's cool. People may tune in. You have a long pass competition, passing accuracy.
It's cute. Do it in the summertime. It's fun.
Do something like that. I don't care, but don't, especially if you're going to do it after the Super Bowl, all of it's wore off. The allure, the glamour, it's all like
no one cares. The players don't even care.
It's done. You know, the confetti is falling. You're not going to have another football game.
No, the players don't care. No one puts any effort into it.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Send the players to the Hawaii and then that's it. If you want, you know what? Actually, I have a much better idea. You know how the match with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady with two golfers is going to be televised on TBS.
Yeah, do that.
1st. Yeah, have like a golf tournament with NFL players.
Or
there you go. You're welcome.
For the people like me who like reality shows, do a Hard Knocks type of thing where you just send the players to Hawaii and you get to see the whole like
a Big Brother, 3-week Big Brother in Hawaii.
Don't think I wouldn't love that.
What I'm saying is have a 2-day golf tournament in Hawaii with all of the NFL Pro Bowlers.
Yes.
Very easy. You're welcome. People will tune in. People will watch because it's not football. Have them drink beer. Have them do antics, and it'll be funny.
Or remember when they used to do Circus of the Stars or whatever, where they had celebrities? Have them do something completely different from what they're used to doing.
That's what I'm saying.
If they did the Revenge of the Nerds, like Olympics type of thing.
Awesome.
That would be genius.
Or mini golf or whatever.
Yeah, awesome.
You're welcome, NFL. We just gave you a ton of ideas.
Thanks, Roger Goodell.
For free. The NFL is also doing what I like this one. The NFL is going to change the coaching candidate search. So they are not going to allow prospective coaches to interview with teams until after wild card weekend. So if you're interested in a coach, you have to wait to interview that candidate until after the wild card weekend.
I think those rules are stupid because reality is, wink, wink. We all know they're talking. They all know.
I understand, but then guess what? The problem is it hurts the team or whatever. I think they should wait till all the playoffs are over. I think it should be until all playoffs are over.
Reality is, we know there's leaks. There's leaks in every organization.
Oh yeah, the Giants try to cover it up, and then they're still dealing with a lawsuit.
Everybody knows it's one of those things. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
secret handshake.
Okay, here's the thing: you can't hide it. Oh, it doesn't exist. Bill Belichick texted Brian Flores, and said, "Congrats."
That's what I'm saying. So, what's the point of setting a arbitrary date that no one cares about? No one is paying attention to it. So,
exactly. Okay. So, I thought this was pretty cool too, so I'm adding stuff that's not on the list. Rafael Nadal won his 300th career Grand Slam win today or yesterday.
No one cares about tennis.
I understand, but 300. The guy's 35 years old. He's probably played in 18 to 19 different Grand Slam tournaments.
Yeah, it's like big ping pong.
I mean, that means he wins at least 3 or 4 matches every year. That's insane.
Well, yeah, hasn't he been like the best for like a long time?
Yeah, but I mean, you figure you would trip up in some, but that means he doesn't really trip up ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I give him credit, by the way. I give him credit. I just hate tennis. I can't watch it.
And you know what? Here's what I don't like about Nadal. His best tournament is the French Open, which we all know some people call Roland Garros. Dumb.
It's stupid. Just call it the French Open.
Seriously, French Open.
Anytime there's a special name for something, just stick with the name that everybody else in the world uses.
Exactly. All right. Last but not least, this was a pretty cool story. Poker pro Corey Zeidman is being convicted of fraud, money laundering, and a $25 million betting scheme.
Good for him. Well, he's like the Bernie Madoff.
He is the Bernie Madoff of poker and like whatever.
So would I have fallen for this scheme, or is it something he specifically did?
100%. I would have too.
Okay. So what? So
he's like basically he weaseled money, like retirement funds, out of like these big profile gamblers to buy himself homes, vacations, like entries into poker tournaments. So what he did is genius. Mm-hmm. So basically, he went to all of these people and says, hey, I have the inside track on what the fix is for the game. Mm-hmm. Not like a betting tip. He says, I've talked to the doctors of the team. I've talked to television executives. They told me who's being fixed to win.
Okay.
And they were like, I'm in. So they paid X amount of money for the tip, and they lost.
But was he ever right? Like, I guess he had to have a track record.
It's like Bernie Madoff, right? That's what he did.
He's got to have a track record of being right.
So, you give some tips that are good or whatever, and then some whatever, but you get the money. So maybe you break even in the first week.
So he's like that dude, that movie with Matthew McConaughey, that guy who was like the professional gambler, sports.
But he was trying to pick games, and he just ended up sucking for a little bit. But the point is every gambler, like degenerate gambler like me, thinks sports is fixed.
Yes.
It is fixed, but we think it's fixed.
100% it's fixed.
So basically he was telling people, hey, I know what the fix is. And they're not going to tell this guy. He's a poker pro, and he's trying to sell the fact that he knows the fix.
Yeah, but he got away with it, what, $25 million?
He did $25 million.
Good for him.
And he says he used it for, like I said, poker entries, buying houses,
whatever.
Though, now he's in jail, so he can't enjoy anything.
I don't see where he's wrong in the fact that, so he tells somebody, I got the fix, right? And the person goes, okay, well, here's my money, right? He's not, I guess, legally bound to be correct. You know what I mean? Like,
but you can't.
If I'm like, hey, if I bilk you for money, you're just stupid for buying into what I'm selling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's guilty.
You're only guilty. Sorry. You're guilty if you have a business.
Mhm.
He didn't have a business.
Well, that's why I'm saying he's looking at it like wink, wink. I have the fix.
But you can't collect. You can't
buy
collect
into
payments
it
unless you're legally registered gambling house,
Mhm.
like a casino.
Oh, so they got him on the fact that he's gambling outside of being
Right.
licensed.
No.
He's not like a licensed gambler.
Anyone can give out bad information. You can't
Yeah.
get arrested for that.
But that's what I'm saying is he's giving bad information. That's not his fault.
No, he got arrested for taking bets.
Okay.
You can't take bets unless you're legally
that makes sense.
allowed to take bets by the state of whatever.
Okay. That makes sense because I'm sitting there going, hey, we give each other bad tips all the time. I don't see how that's a
No. He's taking the bets.
Okay.
That's illegal.
That's the bad part. I thought he was giving, hey, you give me $2,000, you place your bet sideways, off to the side.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the tip. So okay.
I mean, you can get bad advice all day long.
Yeah, and that's okay. So that's fair. Get him 25 million. Boom. So how much time did he get?
I didn't.
Oh, they didn't do that yet. Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't think he got. I don't think the judge ruled.
Oh, okay.
So he's being
convicted. Okay, fair enough. Awesome. Anything else for Mooney's?
No, that's it.
Now it's time for Matt's backstage pass. And this one, the new album's coming out. I figured you'd get excited for this one.
All right, who?
Def Leppard is back.
I liked. I thought you already mentioned them a couple weeks ago.
No. Def Leppard is back with a new album, comes out on Friday, called Diamond Star Halos.
Diamond Star
and
Halos.
Joe Elliott, lead singer of Def Leppard, has basically said this is like by far his favorite album on it. I think it's because they have to say that kind of stuff, but it's getting a decent amount of hype. The first song that came out of it is called Kick. And I'll be honest with you, when you first hear it, it's, it comes off pretty light and you're just kind of like,
I don't mind light.
Yeah. But, and at first it didn't give me that kick, but I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it a couple times. It's pretty catchy and I get it. It's older. It's clearly an older Def Leppard, but I said,
cares?
The
song, old guys are still slugging it out.
The song is catchy after the first couple listens. So you can't first time
it's
you
called
listen.
What again?
It's called Kick.
Kick. All right.
And the video is kind of cool. They shot it in one of those, I think they're called like Circle of Death things, where how there's like a motorcycle that drives around in like a barrel type of thing.
In a cage, in a circle cage.
Yeah, well, it's like one of the wooden ones, like the old timey.
Okay.
So it's in like one of those, and it's kind of cool. But like I said, the song when you first think of it, it doesn't sound like Def Leppard, but it's not bad. It's actually give it a couple listens. But anyway, the album's called Diamond Star Halos. It's good on Def Leppard. And they're headlining that tour with Motley Crue and Poison. This big stadium tour that's been on hold for how many years because of the pandemic.
But now they're going to do it.
Yeah, so Def Leppard's making a big kick this week. The next album to highlight is the Top Gun sequel soundtrack.
What?
Because Top Gun, the original soundtrack for Top Gun was pretty awesome. And they've already released the video, the Lady Gaga video, which is really good. The video is awesome and the song's good. One Republic has a song on it. Kenny Loggins is back.
He does not.
Basically,
Kenny Loggins has a song on it?
Yeah, Tom Cruise basically reached out to Kenny Loggins and was like, we can't do Top Gun without you. Like, you need to be on this soundtrack. So I'm hyped for the soundtrack. The soundtrack comes out on Friday.
Can you listen to the Kenny Loggins song? Did you listen?
I haven't heard it. I think he does a variation of Highway Through the Danger Zone. Like, I think it's an updated, I think it's an updated version, but he may have more on it. I haven't seen the full soundtrack yet.
If Tom Cruise reaches out to you, you have to do it. You have
100% you have to. And that's pretty much what Kenny Loggins said. But,
right. Like, even if we ever disband and Subfax doesn't do whatever, they said, hey, you need to come back for.
I'm just saying, if we make any movie, the first person I call is K-Log. Because K-Log needs to be, if he's on that film.
If they make a Subfax movie, he's got to do a soundtrack.
Yeah, like if he does the soundtrack, it's automatically going to be a great movie.
Yeah, it directed by Stallone, soundtrack by Kenny Loggins.
Yep. And by the way, K-Log is coming to our area pretty soon too. I saw the little
I'll
ad
go.
for it.
I like K-Log.
Don't think I wouldn't go see K-Log. Boom.
If he goes to Wolf Trap or something like that, I'm in.
It's actually a smaller. I think it's a smaller club.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'd be pretty
Like
tight.
Tally?
No, it's not that small, but I mean, like, it'd be a little bit more intimate. You know, us like listening to some football.
Yeah, but I would want to make sure it's in like our area. I wouldn't want to go to Baltimore to see him.
No. I think it's in our area. I'll research it because we should totally like Kenny Loggins.
If he's in the area, I'm in. If it's anything outside of, if it's in DC or Baltimore, nope.
And if he's involved in the soundtrack, boom.
You
know it's going to be
mind blown.
You know it's going to be on point. The other thing in the music world I wanted to call out is, unfortunately, we found out today that Steven Tyler from Aerosmith had to go back into rehab.
Oh,
so
again, like how many times is he going back to rehab?
So
this is like his 50th time.
Well, it's actually pretty sad. So they had a residency in Vegas that they were all ready to do this summer, and they had to nix it. So Steven Tyler has, like, if you ever see pictures of him, like really mangled feet. From like
mangled feet,
yeah. So from like all
what does he do?
From the years and years of being on stage and jumping around and stuff, his feet are pretty grotesque. So he had to have foot surgery to get ready for this set of tours. And then what happened was he got addicted to the painkillers. So apparently a lot of people who've had addiction issues in the past, when you have a surgery that you kind of have to take painkillers, unless you have somebody there, they are right there to like pull you away.
His feet are mangled.
Oh yeah, they're nasty. And so
please do yourself a favor and don't Google image his feet.
Well, Brian puts it on our screen now on YouTube. Hey, everybody on YouTube, you can see
this.
Is watching Steven Tyler's mangled feet.
Mangled feet.
Yes.
Nose and everything.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I feel bad. I feel really bad for him because, like I said, if you have an addiction issue and you have no choice but to take a painkiller based on surgery you may need, you really need somebody that's going to be able to pull you out immediately. And unfortunately, he didn't have that person.
Yeah,
so
that's a shame. He went down the rabbit.
Yeah,
sorry.
He went in voluntarily, so it's not. But I do feel bad for him, and
Me too, man.
And I love Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler can do no wrong, in my opinion. That
dude, Aerosmith was pimp.
He is like the epitome of cool. He will always be.
He'll always be cool.
And so,
always.
So I wish him well. And by the way, Aerosmith live, fantastic. If you ever
how about this? Like maybe we can interview him while he's at the the
rehab.
Rehab.
I don't think they'll let us in.
Why not?
Brian, can you make it happen? Just try. Just figure it out.
You want to go?
Signed up.
No, but if he's in. Oh, you mean for our show? Good. Okay.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Bam.
And so, so Steven Tyler, one of these days we'll get him on the show. Boom. I think he would do it too.
God,
he's very personable.
Very personable.
He's very approachable, as they say. So
he would love us.
I think he would totally dig our show.
Steven loves us.
Yeah. Wait till Steven wait till he sees us.
7 Carlings and a.
So anyway, on behalf of Subfacts, get well, Steve. Boom. Then we'll step up to TV. We got TV, and then I think we might be out because we're running out of time. So TV, I wanted to highlight a couple things. You will not care one bit.
Okay, yeah, unless you mention Obi.
Later on.
All right.
Okay, so I wanted to mention big excitement in my world because I was flipping channels and I see, oh my gosh, Little People Big World. New season started last week, and it doesn't get any better.
No, it does get better.
You know, when
so much better.
When Game of Thrones was on, and everybody got excited because it was around this time of year when the new season would come up. It was always with the same new season of Little People Big World. I was more excited over Little People Big World than Game of Thrones because I'm like, yes, I need to know what's going on. It's always pumpkin season coming up, all that stuff. I'm down. Love the show. Started off with drama already, and it's good stuff.
Oh my God. Awful.
Then I go watch Little People Big World. What do I see? I see a commercial for the new season of Welcome to Plathville. And I'm like, what?
Watches that?
Jackpot me. TLC knows what I want to watch. Plathville is awesome. It's great.
No.
So I highly recommend checking out. If you like reality weird stuff, reality weirdos, that's the show.
Oh
It's kind of like a return to Amish because it's these like really religious kids that grew up sheltered, like people who had no idea who Tom Brady was. That's what I'm telling you. Like these people, no clue who Tom Brady is.
Why do people watch this?
I'm addicted to it. It's fantastic. But I will say there's a show back on my TLC. You're gonna love this. My girl Tammy from 1,000 Pound Sisters, she's dating a Mooney.
Last name is Mooney?
She's dating a guy named Mikey Mooney. I found this out today.
Oh my God.
They posted on social media that now they're officially a couple. And so, I guess it's a will they, will she, won't they, or whatever they call it. She's now dating a Mooney. Awesome.
No.
I have a Mooney.
No.
She has a Mooney.
Oh, awful. Why does...
I can't wait for the next season of 1,000 Pound Sisters because I'm going to see the Mooney.
God, please, can they stop the season before it begins?
Mikey Mooney is already my favorite.
Cancel season 18 or whatever.
Do you have a Mikey in your family somehow?
We have a Michael, yes.
Do you call him Mikey?
No.
Would he like big girls?
No.
Okay, well, maybe it's a long lost cousin or something like that. But I'm excited.
And he was married at the time. I think he's still married.
Okay, so anyway, Tammy's got herself a Mooney.
Oh my God, that is so bad.
Why
can't she choose anybody else?
She picked a Mooney.
Whatever happened to the other guy she was with?
Oh, they all like treat her bad. Mooney will be he'll be out of the picture at some point. But apparently it's true love. He's infatuated with her. She's gonna be taking whatever comes her way because she has no choice. So
my God.
He'll probably show up with a few pizzas. You can count on a Mooney to show up with pizzas.
He'll need more than one, that's for sure.
I know. So the other thing, and this is okay. So from a real show perspective, that I think you love at the after party.
Loved it.
The show I think
can't wait for season 2.
The show that I think you might be sleeping on is The Flight Attendant. So season 2
I've
is
been
on
wanting
HBO.
to see that. I've been wanting to see it.
Season 2 is on HBO now. Season 1 was fantastic. Season 2 is really good as well. I think I picked there's always a killer type of thing. And it's all spies trying to figure out who's who and what's what.
All right.
And there's some comedic aspects to it. There's some drama, all that kind of stuff. It's all wrapped into one. And Kaylee Cuoco is smoking.
She is gorgeous. I like her a lot.
Yes. So you would love this show.
I don't think she's funny. She's a good actress.
Yeah, she's all around.
Right. She does it all.
You think about it, her career, like she had that show. She started with John Ritter in that, whatever, Don't Date My Daughter, whatever, which actually I never watched it, but it actually did really well in the ratings. Then she goes to Big Bang Theory and it does really, obviously that's huge. And The Flight Attendant's a big success for her too. Mm-hmm. So anything she touches is gold.
She did a couple movies, didn't she?
I don't know. She did. I know she did like the Priceline commercials and stuff like that.
I thought she did a couple.
I don't know if she's ever done like movies, but she probably has. Brian's looking it up now. I guess probably in a couple things maybe.
Yeah, that's it. She did the Wedding Ringer.
Oh,
I remember that. Yep.
But
that was and Virtuosa. No, she was young in that.
Yeah, no.
The Wedding Ringer. That was the one I remembered her from.
Okay, but anyway, she's The Flight Attendant is a great show. I highly recommend it. I think you would like it because you like the after party. It's good stuff.
I would like it. I already know.
Yeah,
she's hot, easy to look at, murder mystery, funny. I'm in.
And Rosie Perez is in it too.
No 1,000-pound girls are in it. No short people are in it. No, I think people from the Amish country are in it.
Her best friend in the movie show is played by, I think it's Zosa Mamet, she was in the show Girls. She's David Mamet's daughter, who's like a playwright who wrote Glenn Ross. So
awesome.
Good. It's good. Everybody. I think
the bad news is there's no good movies coming.
I'm not gonna lie. I think she's cute. It's only because of Girls, I think.
Oh no.
I'm just saying.
Because of the nose?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit because of the nose.
Wow.
But anyway,
I'll watch it. I will watch it.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
What the heart wants.
So, Brian is geeking out. I'm going to say this. I did not do much research on this next one, but Brian is geeking out because this week is when Disney Plus premieres Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan
I
Kenobi.
can't. I mean, that looks
spin-off
really
show.
good.
Actually, I'm not.
The only problem is I hear Hayden Christensen is coming back as
You love Hayden Christensen.
awful.
Yeah, terrible.
He's the worst actor on the
I'm
planet.
really worried about it after the. I'm blanking on the name of the show. The Boba Fett. Because that was terrible.
Oh,
Boba Fett was terrible.
I didn't watch it.
There were a
The
couple good
Mandalorian
episodes
awesome.
where the Mandalorian shows up, but the rest of it was just awful.
Oh, really?
And Mandalorian was good though, right?
See, I think the Mandalorian's lightning in a bottle. Mandalorian's awesome. I loved it, and I don't even like Star Wars. But like, yeah, I think it's
McGregor's solid though.
Lightning in a bottle, though. Like look at Solo, right? Nobody saw that.
I won't even see it.
I actually
still
like
haven't
that movie. I think it's actually good.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I'm sorry.
I
you
liked
didn't.
it.
No one did. Like
Oh,
Rotten
I'm sorry,
Tomatoes.
but I liked it.
Solo.
There's no chance you liked it. I don't know anybody who
I'm
likes
telling
it.
you right now, I liked
One
it. So
Rotten
you met someone that liked it.
But I don't believe you. I think you say it because you want to be that cool
No,
kid who
I
He's
likes
like
it.
the edgy
liked it.
kid.
I
Like I
absolutely
like
did like it.
Solo.
Like, oh, I know someone who liked that movie, right?
Yeah.
They're like, no, you didn't.
Well, now
So
we
now
have one.
Brian thinks he's cool because I know him and he liked it.
The show's now going to be called Brian Solo. You know. But no, Obi-Wan. I don't like.
Obi-Wan's pimp.
I'm not a big
He
fan
is
of
a big
Star
pimp.
Wars, but I'll be honest with you, never really liked Obi-Wan.
Why didn't you like Obi-Wan?
What did he do? He didn't do much. Like
He literally trained Darth Vader. Literally trained him.
yeah, but that was like the worst of the Star Wars movies, in my opinion. Didn't care. But even though like the Alex Guinness Obi-Wan from the good movies, he didn't do anything. He was in the movie for like 5 minutes.
These aren't the droids you're looking for. What are you talking about?
Nah,
He's one of the best lines in Star Wars ever.
I can do without him. Didn't mean anything.
Well,
to me.
you suck as a Star Wars fan anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I just don't think I'm not excited. That's why I didn't do any. I didn't even know it was coming out this week.
But you know, Big Sister Little World is coming up.
Matt
Big
just
people,
watches
no,
the
just
worst
Little People,
TV.
Big World.
Yeah, he does. I think Matt just Googles god awful TV and then he sees what comes up.
Little People.
It drives me nuts because
A
there's
little-
so many good shows on TV, and he watches the worst stuff.
I'm watching them. Oh, that's why there's 23 seasons of Little People, Big World. Apparently, nobody watches it but me.
How many seasons?
23.
So what do they do? A season every 2 weeks?
No, it's every year. So, by the way,
There's no way Little People Big World has been on TV for 20
actually,
years.
no. I can tell you this: it's been on for at least 15 because my wife and I were dating when it came out, and we were laughing because we both share the same first names as
my
the
God.
Little People, and so no. But what I'm saying is, the little, like, he's like a little dude. He was in in this latest episode, he was in like a weightlifting competition. He lifts 3 times his weight. Like,
I don't care.
it's like an
What does he
ant.
weigh, 80
He's like an
pounds?
ant. No, he was like he benched 380, I think it was.
Jesus.
He broke a record for like lifting.
record.
For lifting basically his, 380. If you think about it, that's insane. It's awesome.
That's pretty good.
And they got little legs too to get that little bend. I was worried for him. I'm telling you, I was worried for him. But anyway.
Wow. All right. I mean,
I think we said it all.
I really do think you need to improve your TV repertoire.
Discovery Plus is for me. That is the greatest channel.
And
of
Lifetime
all
Network and
I've never watched. I don't watch
not
Lifetime.
Lifetime. What's the other word?
Discovery
TLC.
has all the TLC shows.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
So that's my thing. So the Discovery Plus is by far the greatest channel of all time because it's got TLC, Home and Garden Channel, all everything that I watch. The Discovery Channel.
Oh, yeah,
it's
those are all so great.
it's all wrapped into one.
Yeah, it's so
Love it. Boom.
I can't even comment, so I won't comment, and we'll reserve.
Like if they
it for another
put our
time.
YouTube show on Discovery Plus, boom!
Why Discovery Plus?
Because it's the best streaming channel out there.
No,
It is.
no.
I can
No, it's
always find
not.
something to watch on Discovery Plus.
You, not everybody else. No normal human.
I'm pretty sure it does pretty well.
I know who does do well at everything, because all music, all tech support for Subfacts is provided by our friend Andy from Creative Underground. He runs a state-of-the-art production studio in our hometown of Leesburg, Virginia. You, me, everybody can find out more by going to his website, but it doesn't stop there, folks. He does video live stream events. He does streaming youth sports. He does corporate events, weddings, concerts, and pro karaoke. He's an audio guy, tech guy,
And
video guy, everything you need.
Weekly camps for kids in the summertime. So if you want to learn audio tech stuff,
Even better.
that's your guy.
You can take your kid to camp and they can learn audio video at a young age.
Yes.
All you got to do, take your fingers, click a couple of buttons on the keyboard,
www.creativeunderground.co.com. Bam.
Oh, and who's coming up next? I recommended him on Facebook this week.
Ben
Someone
from
was like,
K-Street
hey,
photography?
yeah, they were like, hey, someone goes, hey, do you know anyone who can do headshots? I was like, I know somebody.
Good thing it wasn't a bar mitzvah person or a wedding.
No, it wasn't. That's why I made
Yeah.
sure of it. I was like, if you need headshots.
Yeah, that's your
Boom.
guy. Yeah, Ben from K-Street Photography, DC.com. I'm not going to lie. I am jealous of the life this guy's leading. Like when I look on Facebook, I look at everybody's Facebook things and I'm like, oh, okay, well, they're doing this. Ben's everywhere. Like I've realized Ben is pretty much everywhere. He's at the beach.
Everywhere.
He's like doing he went to an awesome Brazilian steakhouse.
Oh yeah, well
night.
they were wasn't he doing
gave
their
a
tasting?
he gave like a TED talk. My man's everywhere. He's like
I think
man
they were
of the
doing
people.
for their wedding. Wasn't he doing like a tasting?
No, I don't know what it was, but anyway, my man's everywhere. He's like taking videos, everything you could possibly do. This guy's living the life. He's
Awesome.
living the dream. Ben from K Street Photography, DC.com. Anything photography except for weddings and bar mitzvahs, that's your guy.
Awesome.
Specializing in drone cinematography. His building, like taking pictures of the buildings and stuff like that.
Dude,
it's
like
nuts.
that drone work is amazing.
And he pimped our show out, called it Schmecktacular.
Schmecktacular, which we're not going to call it this week. No more Schmeckle stuff.
Okay, no more Schmeckle. There'll be a moratorium on Schmeckles.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
All I'm saying is summer is here. It's right around the corner. Memorial Day weekend. People are going to take drives. They're going to go here, there, everywhere, and they're going to want to make their ride look amazing. So all you got to do is you got to take out your phone. You got to give our boy BK a call, Big Dog Auto Detailing at 571-233-8716. Whatever your car looks like now, I will tell you it will look like new when he gets done with it. It'll be immaculate. It'll smell like new. It'll be amazing. And all you got to do is give him a call.
And we don't talk about it enough on this, but what really happens and what people don't think about is if you're looking to sell your car, if you're going to go to CarMax, you're going to go wherever you're going to go to sell your car. If you go to BK and Big Dog Auto Detailing, he will get you thousands more dollars than you would get if you just gave it as is. If you went to the local car wash and said, hey, here, dealer, what am I going to get? You're going to get a certain price. If you take it to Big Dog Auto Detailing, you're going to get thousands of dollars more.
Right, because he's going to get out the scratches. New. He's going to make, he's going to fix the stuff inside the car. He's going to vacuum it all out. He will make it look like new. I'm not joking about that.
Yeah, like if you have foggy headlights and stuff, yeah. It's crazy. So Big Dog Auto Detailing, 571-233-8716. And actually, I had a funny situation. I told you how I had to take a family member to the emergency room.
Yes.
So that family member was like, hey, how's your podcast doing? Blah, 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 blah. I start telling her, and I mentioned the merch. And she was like, you have merch? And I was like, oh, don't think I don't.
Yeah, we have beach towels coming up.
That's the thing. So I went to subfactspodcast.com and I showed her the website. And Brian, Thanks for that because she gave you mad props. She was like, your website looks awesome. Once again, it's subfactspodcast.com. I went to the merch section and I showed her all the merch that we have. I highlighted the beach towels, and I told her how to use them in the summertime. If you're going to the local pool, get the Subfacts beach towels, put them on the pool chair, and pimp our show. It's awesome.
It's easy. Make everyone want to listen to our show.
I'm not gonna lie, she might have bought a Subfacts throw pillow because they have those there too, and a fleece. If you
but
want
the towel's better. You got to get it out on the beach.
That's what I told
whatever.
her. I was like, hey, it's beach time. Subfacts beach towels. Once again, subfactspodcast.com for all of that.
And then go to YouTube, watch us. Hello.
Hey, if you want to write into our show like Space Coast Bill did tonight, subfactspodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that's subfactspodcast@gmail.com. Be a part of the show. Definitely, if you have any suggestions for the show, write in. If you want to tell us we're awesome, write in. If you have, if you want to tell us we suck, write in.
Yeah, because we'll argue with you. We'll tell you we're the best.
Yeah. And we are very proud of our YouTube work last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know. We're here on video.
Each
live,
week it's going to get slightly.
What up?
Each week the background's going to get slightly better.
And then soon it's going to be what do you call it? Who are we interviewing? Oh, Tom Cruise.
He'll right Tom Cruise. Boom.
Like, what up, Tom?
Yeah, so it'll be fun. Definitely pay attention to our YouTube if you haven't already. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Do it
on YouTube. You won't regret it. We're also pretty much on every other place where podcasts are heard: Spotify, iHeartRadio,
Stitcher, Deezer,
Pandora. Not Deezer.
I thought we were on Deezer. I thought we got
We're
back.
still arguing with Deezer.
Why are we still arguing with them?
They have weird rules. What do you want from me?
Oh my God, Stitcher then. Stitcher.
Yeah, go Stitcher. Or like Apple Podcasts, whichever one you choose.
Apple's the best. Apple, Samsung podcasts are all really cool.
Yes. So make sure you like, subscribe, and tell your friends, more importantly.
Tell everybody.
With that being said, everybody have a safe and happy Memorial Day. Don't do anything
Memorial
crazy. And
have some drinks.
Yes, definitely stay safe, and we will see you next week.
Boom.
Boom.